Oh my God, I have done this intro like 7 times. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Amara Franklin. If you are new, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you have never met me, I make videos here on YouTube all about my process and journey writing my debut novel, The Trophy Wife. I also like to make videos about the books that I want to read, as well as just my life and things I'm doing. I do way too much, okay? I have a website that I run called The Indie Bookworm, which is all about supporting and promoting indie books. I have a podcast that I started with my friend called the Random Randomness Podcast, and I'm also a full-time college student, as well as, again, being a single mom to 2 beautiful and wonderful and crazy twin boys. So, if any of that sounds like a fun and chaotic journey you would like to go down, please hit the subscribe button so we can hang out more. And today we are going to be doing, what is this video? Oh, it's my May reset video. I have been wanting to do reset videos for months. I think the last one I did was in December, and like, seriously, don't even go back and watch that one because I had just had dental work done, so my face was like swelled up insanely big. Anyways, given the fact that this is basically my first reset video, I'm still playing around with what I want these videos to look like. And I feel like this is kind of going to be the setup one. And then every month after this, we'll have things we can go back and look at. We can track our goals. I can show you inside my Notion, and we can kind of do the monthly recaps together. But for today, I'm just going to sit at my desk and I'm going to talk to you. So I kind of have this broken up. I made some notes last night. It's actually, today is the 1st of May. I wanted to do this video yesterday, but honestly, I wasn't feeling up to putting on makeup and turning on the camera and setting up my lights and just doing the whole thing. So I didn't. And I think that's absolutely okay. So the kind of notes that I have are the steps that I wanted to take was I have like my recap for April, my prep for the month of May, and then sharing my goals. Now, I did my prep for May last night in my bed with like the worst mom bun, and it was like midnight. I had pulled out my planner. I was talking to my best friend on the phone, and I just kind of did all of my things alone. But next month, I want to show you what I do. So for prepping for May, what that would look like is updating my desktop background. I'll show you kind of what it looks like, as well as did like a May mood board that I can print out and put inside my planner. I also make that my phone like wallpaper. And so I did that already. That just kind of gives me something fresh and just like images that reflect what I want to focus on. I want to write a lot of words in my book. My kids are always my focus. I really want to get back into my productivity and planning, and obviously YouTube kind of goals in terms of creating content. So those are kind of the things that I want to look at and see and be motivated by. So I do that every month. I will also be setting up my goals. We'll go over my goals together in the later part of this video. And then I will be setting up my budget this afternoon. Now, my budget is not something that I will be sharing on the videos. I know a lot of these reset videos do talk a lot about money and finances, but just as a single parent, I don't really feel comfortable sharing finances on the internet. But in place of that, where in most other like reset videos, they'd be talking about money and their budgets and showing their dashboards, what I'm going to do instead, I have a section on Notion, which is all about my habits and my goals and breaking it down weekly. So I'm going to actually go over more like a habit tracker and goal update section versus a budget for the next video when we do June's reset. So that's kind of, I think, how I'm going to do it next month is show you the prepping for June. Then we'll do our recap of the current month, and then I will share my goals for the new month. I feel like that's the format these videos will be taking from here on out. But again, I did all that prep already, so I don't have anything to share with you on that end today. So next I'm going to go ahead and we'll go with my recap for April. Well, April was a kind of rough month for me. I don't know what happened. If you are new, one thing that you'll probably get used to is that I have moments and times where I feel like I am on top of the world and I am like a productivity queen. But really that's just because I have ADHD and I feel like I can do 50 things in a span of 15 minutes, when in reality I can probably do one or two of those things. It's an ongoing issue that I've had my whole life, and that's never going to change. Also, side note, can we talk about these nails? I did these today and I love them so much. Anyways, I started out the month of April feeling on my productivity high, and then I got busy because my life is very, very busy. And one thing that I have fallen off of really, really badly this entire year is my planning. I am a planner girl. Like, I am not just like a Notion computer planner. Like, I'm a paper planner girl. I love it. I have this, I say custom planner because some of the sheets I created, some of them I bought off Etsy, and I really just kind of like made my own planner that I feel like works best for me and keeps me on top of my shit. I have not filled it out at all year long. So the first 4 months of the year, I barely filled it out, or I would do like the first part with like the monthly setup, but I wouldn't actually go in and do my weekly planning. I created a daily planning sheet I'll put here. I love my daily planning sheets, and I use them. I didn't use them at all in April. I don't even think I used them at all in March at all. And that's something that I really want to get better at doing because it keeps me on top of my shit. So the other thing that happened in April that was really unfortunate was I found out a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to try to get through this without crying. I found out that my job is essentially doing away with my entire department. I still have a job. I am very lucky that I still have a job at the company that I work for, that I love this company and I love my job and I love the flexibility of being able to manage my own schedule and to be able to have summers off with my kids, to be able to work from home. There's so many benefits to the job that I have, as well as just truly believing in this company and what I do every day. But my position very well may be changing. And that was a really hard pill to swallow. I worked for a company for 6 years that was incredibly toxic, and I did not want to get up and go to work every day. It made my anxiety worse. I did not want to get up and work, but I had to. I have never, in a year and a half working for this company, felt like I just don't want to go to work today. I've had migraines. I've had times where I feel sick and I can't go to work. I had COVID in, what was that, January or February, and I worked half the week because my territory, my section of customers that I work with are all mine. And sure, I have coworkers that can help me out, and they were amazing and they helped me so much, but I feel a responsibility to show up every day for my customers. And I don't want to do something else. Essentially where we're at right now is within the next couple of weeks, they're kind of figuring out where we're all going to go. We have one position where all of us were essentially like, we're putting you all here, but here's other positions that are coming up available, and you can work with us to figure out where you're going to go. Some people want to go to the new position. Some people have other positions they want to go to. Some people want to stay in the position I'm in, but just in a different department. And that's potentially an option. I have no idea what's happening. I have no idea what's happening. Hold up, I'm back. I got a package. I'm not going to open it up right now. We're going to actually open it up in a minute when I start talking about my favorites, because it actually ties in with part of like what I wanted to talk about in this video. Okay, so that's kind of like a life update. When this happened, I was in a really dark place. I could not stop crying. I took a couple week break from recording for the podcast because I just couldn't do it. That and my co-host Ben Beverly, she's in healthcare, so her schedule changes frequently, and she's on the East Coast, so we just have had a harder time connecting to record another episode. But I feel like we're going to try to get something recorded this week to go back up next week. In terms of my goals, I don't even know if I made goals for the month of April. And if I did, I did not hit any of them. So there's no point in like rehashing what my goals were for April because I didn't do literally anything. I will say my writing though, I have made some progress. I'm not anywhere near my word count goals that I've had. However, I did cross a major hurdle, which was getting through the inciting incident. And I'm now at the tail end of chapter 5, which this chapter has been one of the hardest ones for me to figure out about how to write and really just to deal with the emotions that are happening in these scenes. And now that I'm pretty much done with that, I'm going to do some writing probably tonight and finish up chapter 5. And then I'm hoping it'll just be like smooth sailing. One thing I had to give myself permission for when it comes to getting this book written, though, is I have to give myself permission to write terribly, to be a bad writer, to tell and not show a thing. And that's fine with me, because trying to write this book well has been holding me back, because that's what editing's for, right? So I did go through and I was like, wow, okay, if I think that my end word count is going to be somewhere between 70 to 90,000, who knows, then I'm making my end word count like, I think I said I wanted it to be like 50, 60,000, because where I'm writing a line could really be like 3 or 4 lines. I need to add sensory details. I need to really give us the ability to really see the story unfold instead of me just telling you everything that's happened. So I've given myself a lot of permission to write terribly, and that has been so freeing. And because I just want to get the story written and then I can go back and make it good. Now let's go through and talk about some things that brought me joy and happiness. So for books, I did not read, like, at all. I read one full book, which I honestly feel like I'm pretty sure was like a novella because it was really short. I listened to it on audiobook. I do have 2 books currently that I'm pretty much done with. I have to just read the very last part of the graphic novel series that I've been reading, Lore Olympus. I think I have volume 5. So I'm almost done with that one. I'm going to finish that this afternoon. And then I've been reading, what is it, like Rich AF by Vivian, I forgot her name. I'm gonna put the picture here. Honestly, I got that one on Kindle through my library, and I've been skimming through it because these kinds of books, I just kind of find the pieces that work the best, or I feel like I need more information in. I do find it a very fascinating book. I like the way she writes it, and it is very helpful in terms of understanding best how to manage my finances to try to grow wealth, because sure. I mean, isn't that the dream for all of us? And we don't live in a world right now that really makes that easy. So I've been enjoying the book. I think it's good. And the Lore Olympus graphic novel series, I absolutely adore. But the one book that I did read was like a 4 out of 5. I thought it was really great. It's A Spindle Splintered by Alex E. A Spindle Splintered by Alex E. Harlow and Harrow. Alex E. Harrow. I can't freaking talk today, you guys. A Spindle Splintered by Alex E. Harrow. I really enjoyed this book, though. It was kind of like it wasn't exactly like a retelling of Cinderella. What am I saying? It was not a retelling exactly of Sleeping Beauty, but it was like almost like its own Sleeping Beauty story within the universe of Sleeping Beauty. It's really, really good. I just felt like it was empowering and cute and fun and exciting, and I had such a great time listening to this book. So I definitely recommend. I'm really generous with my 4 stars, okay? Like, if I found a book decent and I enjoyed it, it's probably going to be a 3-star. If I really liked it, it's a 4-star. If I didn't like it, it's a 2-star. If I absolutely hated it, it's a 1-star. And then I take my 5 stars, and they have to be like the best of all, like the books of my heart to get a 5-star. So almost every book that you will ever hear me talk about is probably going to be a 4-star, because I'm just like, I really enjoyed it. It's 4 stars for me. I just want everybody to have a 4-star, I feel like. But this one definitely earns its 4-star because I really, really liked it. It's not a book of my heart. There wasn't anything I didn't like about it, so It's a 4 out of 5. For music, if you know me at all, or you came here because you saw my Torture Poets Department reaction video, I think you know what my favorite music has been. It is definitely the Torture Poets Department by Taylor Swift. I will say though, I do also really like Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. Until TTPD came out, that was on constant repeat in my house. And then TTPD came out and I literally cannot listen to anything else. I try, and then I just go right back to my favorites on TTPD. So that one, this album has ruined my life. It has broken my heart. It has just crushed my spirit and my soul to pieces in the way that I absolutely love. If you know me or you've been on my channel for a while, you know I want my heart broken. I want my soul ripped out. I want books that make me cry. I want albums that make me cry. I want to feel things. And this album makes me feel so many things. I do plan on doing another video here in a couple of days once the album has been out for a fortnight, where I go through my full, after a while of listening to it, kind of recap of the album and some thoughts I have had since then about just not only the album, but just Swiftie culture and some of the things that I'm seeing online that I don't necessarily love to see. So if that's interesting to you, definitely hit subscribe, because that video will probably be coming out. I plan on filming it Friday. I think Friday. Yeah, Friday, because that's 2 weeks, and then getting it edited and uploaded. It will not be a 2-hour-long video. It'll probably be an 8-minute long video. But seriously, you guys, I also have to say, for all of you that are watching this video because you saw that one, thank you so much. I honestly almost did not post that video because I don't like it. I do weird things. The quality was horrible. I have no idea what I'm doing. It was long. It took me forever to edit. It wasn't my favorite video on my channel, but it is one of my most viewed videos on my channel. And the fact that so many of you have watched this video, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you so, so much. And that brings me to my little package. No, I did not order anything from the merch store. That's not true. I'm not gonna get it until the end of the month, but I did order the the Fortnite single. But this I got from an Etsy shop. I will link it down below. I'm so excited. So I'm a big girl, so it's a big shirt, but it just says TTPD, the Torture Poets Department, on the front. I went with black because, hello, do I ever wear anything that's not black? And then the back has, I believe these are the words from, what was it, the inside of the CD or the vinyl or something. So it says, "And so I enter into evidence my tarnished coat of arms, my muses acquired like bruises, my talismans and charms, the tick, tick, tick of love bombs, my veins of pitch black ink, all is fair in love and poetry. Sincerely, the chairman of the Tortured Poets Department." So, I just thought this was fun. So that was my music recap. TV show. I watched a couple shows. I have a few that are on rotation that I'm watching consistently as new episodes come out. So I'm currently watching Law and Order, SVU. I'm watching Grey's. I'm watching Station 19, which I am still so bitter about the fact that they canceled Station 19 and there's only a few episodes left. I'm also watching Vanderpump Rules and The Valley, which The Valley is, I'm not going to mark that as my favorite, but that one, out of all the reality shows I've gotten into, I did not think I was going to like The Valley. I don't care if they cancel VPR, but The Valley is so good. It is so messy and there's so much drama. I am so here for it. And I think those are all the ones I watch as episodes come out. But the one that I binged was on, I can't remember what app it's on now. I want to say it's on Peacock. I watch a lot of stuff on Peacock. I will figure out exactly what app it's on and I'll put it in the description box below. I watched Apples Never, I can't talk today. Apples Never Fall. And it was such a good show. It was this mystery and it had to do with what happened to the mom of the family, and she like disappears, and she's got, I don't know, a bunch of kids and a husband, and it's like the whole thing of like, oh, you always suspect the husband, but like there's some shit going on, and so it's like, well, where is she? Is she okay? Is she dead? Who killed her? Why? There's this whole other like mystery that unfolds, and every episode kind of like centers around another person in her family, and we kind of see a little bit more of their relationships and their lives unfolding both before her disappearance and after her disappearance. And it's like a puzzle, and you have to just put all the pieces together as you go, and it is so good. I want to say there was like 7 episodes, so it wasn't like you can watch it in a day if you don't do anything else. It was really, really good. So that is 5 out of 5 of this show. Movie, I really only think I watched one movie. Again, I watched a bunch of other shows, but my guy came over last week and we watched, I think it was called like Night Hunter. It was really good though. I'll put links down below to like the IMDb for this movie, but basically it has, the main guy is Henry Cavill, and he's a detective, and he's following this, or he's trying to find this like missing woman. There's a lot of other characters that come into play. There's a whole situation that happens when they find the missing woman, and they find the person that took her, and there's just a lot of chaos that ensues after he is captured. And there's a whole mystery and what actually ended up unfolding and how it came out. I did not see that coming. I really enjoyed it. I think that was a great, great movie. My favorite recipe. So this will take us back to Easter, okay? So I went on a journey this month, okay, with trying to make deviled eggs. And it started with Easter, where I wanted hard-boiled eggs from the Easter Bunny. And so the kids and I, we dyed all of our eggs, and we left them out for the Easter Bunny so that he could lay all the eggs. And the Easter Bunny came and he laid all the eggs, and the kids came and they did their hunt and they found all their eggs. And then I wanted to eat them. And I ate one. And then I realized these eggs have been out for like 12 plus hours. So I don't know if I got sick because there was something wrong with the eggs, or if I got sick because my brain was concerned that there was something wrong with the eggs, but I did get sick. So I threw them all out. And then I really wanted to make these hard-boiled eggs, and I wanted to make deviled eggs. So then I made deviled eggs, but I didn't have mayonnaise, and I didn't have regular mustard. I only had Dijon mustard, which it personally yucks me. And I looked it up online, and I was like, well, I don't have mayonnaise, but it was suggested that I use Greek yogurt. And I had Greek yogurt. So I did that. And when I tell you these were disgusting, they were absolutely awful, disgusting. Ugh. Then I made them again. And this time, my guy had told me about how he makes them, which is where he puts like wasabi, like just a tiny bit of wasabi in them. But he brought me like a tube of wasabi, and I made them. And I did not put a tiny bit of wasabi. I put far too much wasabi. So, they basically burned every part of my body, but they tasted good. I mean, they cleaned out stuff in my sinuses I don't even think I knew existed. Then I made them again. And I finally figured out how to make them, and they were quite good. They're just regular deviled eggs. I've actually started skipping the mayonnaise because you don't even really need it. So I just, personally for me, because I'm on a, trying to reduce calories and all that, so I just skip the mayonnaise altogether. But I just make the hard-boiled eggs, and then I take the yolk out, and then I put in the mustard, and then I put in a little wasabi, and then I mix it all up, and then I put that back inside the egg, and then I sprinkle a little bit of paprika on it, and it's just simple, and it's basic, and it tastes so freaking good. Oh my god, they taste so good. So I've been making those a lot. They're so tasty. I love them so, so much. Okay, and the last part of my recap portion is a favorite memory. And this is gonna seem like such a small memory that why is this your favorite? But it was just, I want to say, was it last week we went out there? Yeah, it was just over a week ago. My kids and I went to my parents' house, which is about 45 minutes away. and we went out to pizza. That was it. We drove to my parents and we went out to this little place near my dad's house, and we went and got pizza. And that might seem like a really small memory, like such a normal thing, but it was so much fun, and my kids enjoyed it, and my kids have so much fun with their granny and grandpa, and I love visiting with my sister and just being able to spend time with my family, and for my kids to be able to develop the relationship and the bond that they have with their granny and grandpa just makes me so, so happy. For those that have been on my channel for a long time, you know why. And for those of you that don't, there's videos. There's a couple videos that will, actually one. There's like a video on my channel that will explain it. But yeah, my kids, they're so sweet, and they're so silly, and they're so happy. And anything that gives that big smile for them, I want that memory of just like going to pizza and doing such a simple thing. I just want to like hold on to that memory forever. That is it for April. Now let's look ahead to this month. I'm going to show you my goal planning sheet, like the blank one here. Those are available for free on my Ko-Fi page if you want to print it out. And I have like a blank one where you can put your own categories, or then the ones that are pre-printed as well. It's like 12 goals basically that I set every single month. So life, home, health, mental health, because those two things are separate, personal, relationships, work, writing, reading, YouTube, socials, and kindness. So my life goal is, and this is something where like I might have multiple things that I want to work on throughout the month, or multiple habits I want to change, things like that. But this is like one main overarching goal for this category of my life. And then there may be additional sub goals throughout the month that I need to have in order to reach that overall goal. For the life goal, I want to stick to my budget, because last month I did a really good job of creating a budget. I also did a fantastic job of not sticking to it whatsoever. My home just means like my physical home. I want to clean up my yard, and now that the weather is getting warmer and we're not getting rain or like snow, I need to start watering the yard so that the grass can grow. I've also noticed like flowers are popping up, and I want to keep those growing, which I have no idea how to maintain a yard. So I need to do that this month. And for my health goal, I am on a weight loss journey. Total pounds I want to lose is 90. I have a goal of losing 50 pounds in the year 2024. So this month I want to lose 5, because I haven't gained any weight. I haven't lost any weight. So for the month of May, I want to start by losing 5 pounds and then just go from there. I have certain, again, sub goals in terms of like how often I want to work out, tracking my food through the Lose It app, and certain things that I want to do to help me to reach that goal. But that's it. My mental health goal is solid routines for both morning and night. And in those solid like morning and night routines, I also need downtime. I can't just be all hustle, because that's the problem. It's like I create this idea of the schedule in my mind, or these routines I want, and it's all like hustle, hustle, hustle. Work on your website, record the podcast, make content, spend time with your kids, work 40 hours a week, do DoorDash on the side, like do all these things and just run yourself freaking ragged. Run yourself ragged. Like just hustle, hustle, hustle. And then I do that for a few days, and then I'm burnt the fuck out. And then I can't do anything but snuggle my kids while they watch YouTube videos and play Roblox or binge watch TV. I can't even read or work on my own books or do anything creative because I have no spoons left, right? So for me, I want to really get a handle on my schedule, morning and night, and just build these routines around that portion and build into my schedule downtime. For personal, it is to keep up with my planner, and not just setting it up in the beginning of the month, but actually going through. And one thing I did last night is I did the monthly kind of overview, and then I went through and I filled in my entire week. I've missed a couple of assignments for school, And luckily they were things that were low points, nothing major, but I did miss some assignments, and I'm forgetting things. I'm struggling to remember everything that's in my brain that I have to do. Today, I'm like halfway done with my to-do list for today because I wrote it down, and then I was able to put it, and like, so the way that I do it, I'll do a longer video for this, but essentially I start with a brain dump of my to-do list, and then I make sure that everything that's on the brain dump to-do list has a spot throughout the week. And then when I do my daily planning, then I go in and I look at what I have planned for that day. And then I can move things around as the day happens if I need to. Keeping up with not just the monthly overview, but the actual weekly planning is super important to me. And I feel like that's really going to help me with being able to hit all the goals that I am writing down here. When I say relationships, it can be your relationship with a partner or a significant other. It can be relationship with your kids or your family members or your best friend. So I do have a few different relationship goals for different people in my life, and that is private, so I'm not going to share that one. Work/school, I did make 2 goals for that. One, work, I'm not going to share because related to the company that I work with. And then for school, I'm in a class that doesn't end until the end of this week. I have a B right now. There's no way I'm going to get that up to an A, but I want to at least maintain my B. And then for the new class, I want an A. That's my goal, is to at least be at an A. That one will end probably sometime beginning of June, so I won't really know by the time we do my next reset where I was for my final grade, but I can at least let you know where I'm at this point in time next month. For writing, I want to write 30,000 words in the month of May, which would basically get me to the end or very close to the end of my book. For reading, I want to read 5 books this month, and I think that's absolutely possible. I also have a lot of time off this month, so every Friday I'm only working half days because I have so much PTO that has to be used before the end of May because I do have summers off. That'll give me more time to write, and I'm going to not allow myself to binge or watch a bunch of TV. I want to focus more on reading books versus watching TV. So if it's one of the series that I'm currently watching that has episodes that come out once a week, I can watch those. But other than that, I'm not binging any new series until I start summer leave. For YouTube, it is, so as of filming right now, I'm at 448 subscribers. My goal, I would love to be at 460 by the end of the month. And I want to do at least 8 uploads with 15 hours of watch time, not including my Taylor Swift video, because by the time I check my analytics, some of the watch time that I have from that video, which as of right now is about 75 hours of watch time, I don't want to include that. So I'll look at whatever my overall 28-day watch time is, and then also look at the Taylor Swift video and remove any watch time from that, because I don't feel like that's a good representation of my actual analytics for the month, because I don't know why that video has so many views. I'm still blown away. But I do hope that that video doing well will help propel some of these other videos that I like more to be seen more as well. Instagram, I'm really trash at keeping up with Instagram, so I want to do 15 posts. A few of those being reels, a few of those being feed posts, and so basically just get down to 3 a week. I know that these apps really want you to post every day. They want you to do way too much, and I just don't have that capacity, but I do want to share more on Instagram. So 15 posts 3 times a week, I think I can totally do that. And then for kindness, these don't have to be huge things like donating all of your time to doing something major, or donating money, or, if you can, great. For me, the purpose of having a kindness goal is about finding small little things that we can do in our regular everyday lives to spread kindness or to make somebody's day just a little bit better. And some of these are big goals. Sometimes it's something little. For me, I think it's nice when you can let somebody go first in line at the store. So if you're at the grocery store, and even if you're in a hurry, but you have a cart full of stuff and you look and there's somebody behind you that has less stuff, just let them go in front of you, because now they're not going to have to wait for all of your crap to be checked out. So I just think that's such a nice thing to do. And I really appreciate it when I'm at a store and I only have a few things. Usually my hands, because if I only have a few things, it's because I told myself I was going in for 3 and then I have 7 things and I'm holding it all. And then somebody has a cart full of stuff and I'm like stuck behind them. And if they let me go first, that just makes my day so much happier. And it's just such a small little act of kindness can go a long way, I feel like. So that is it. Those are all of my goals for the month of May. My recap, my ideas, all of the things. I have been talking for way too long. I thought this video would be like 7 minutes. And yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me today during this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you are not subscribed to my channel, please do that. That will really help me out. Also, give this video a thumbs up because that is how you tell YouTube that you liked my video, and it will hopefully share this with more people. And with that, you know what to do, friends. Go write some words and read a book. I recommend a Spindle Splinter. And I will see you guys in a couple of days for another video.